the Maverick Podcast Season 2. I'm proud to be back this 2024, and I have a great friend, a fashionista, editor, a sister. I call her Atwiine Lyn, Baby Nunu, as we all know her. She's into the editing world. Great topics that we're going to dive into today.
Another thing that's in, we're having contracts, okay? For gigs, contracts, you're going to sign on the dotted line. We're no longer going to be like, okay, verbal, I understand you, you understand me. No, babe, sign here. It is applicable and legally,
And I hope you'll all enjoy. Like, share, subscribe. We're the Maverick Podcast UG. The Maverick Podcast UG. Today, I have not only a friend, but family. I have my sister, kid sister, Kola Kiddo, Baby Nunu.
Hey, guys.
What's up?
Finally here.
Yeah.
I've been mentioned on the podcast before.
Yeah.
Now there's a face to the name. Yeah.
That's good, man. How have you been?
I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. Not the
Pretty
usual setup. I've just been trying to figure myself out, like from ins and outs. How best can I have quick podcast sessions when I just move? Of course, my current podcast set is going to be used more for business-wise. So Maverick UG is, I've been growing my digital space and my digital brand for Maverick. So we're opening up a studio very soon this year. I'm getting into a partnership with a friend this year. So we'll have a fully fledged studio where people can come through, shoot their conversations, have them edited in real time, get them on the go and get them to move. No wasting time, no hassles, no bustles. And that's why we have with Maverick Digital as well. We're looking to do we're pitching some podcast partners out there, pitching some brands out there to see if they can let us, if we can work with them. For now, the consulting arm is also growing. We're growing a new sales arm as well. We will be launching our new bundle courses on sales consultancy, hospitality consultancy, financial advisory. So I will be launching a sales program. I will be launching a sales webinar. It's going to be something really good. I'm looking forward to doing a photo shoot this weekend with you if time allows.
Yes. I'd be glad to work with you on that.
Yeah, that's true, man. So we're just looking at putting ourselves out there. How do we drive more value towards you, the consumers? So what's good? No, talk to me.
Man, the year has just begun.
Yeah.
We're just here. So, I'm good. I'm here. I'm open to all the possibilities that 2024 could bring. I don't know what it is about this year, but it has like a certain energy with it. Like, I don't know. Like, there are years that you enter and you're like, anyway, let's go through it. But this year in particular, whether by force or how, it has to be good. Me, that's just me. I don't know about you.
I'm just thankful that there's not too much traffic jam out there. These people seem like that. I never have a holiday during coming out of peak and coming into the new year. So people are still in the villages, but I anticipate from next week it's going to be mayhem on the roads, because once kids start going back to school, then everybody's in hustle time, double time.
Let me ask, is there like a low season for like beers and drinkers and whatnot?
Yeah, definitely.
Really?
Of course, the low season comes during January, February, especially when consumers have to actually take back children to school. So priorities change.
Right.
So if you're a guy, let's say you're a family man, you make about, let me talk to a high-end family man here who makes about, let's say 5 million net or 4 million net. He's a senior management level person, probably has 3 kids, and they're all going back to school. What's this person going to do?
Right.
This consumer is most probably likes to drink the finer things. So what this consumer is going to do is probably going to cut down on what he drinks or how many times he drinks what he drinks. So if you look at that in general, so people have to cut down on their pleasure in order for them to actually provide for what's needed at the moment. So we normally have a downtime in sales, especially around January, February. However, from an occasion perspective, when you reach dates like maybe Valentine's, that's
Right.
when people like they just
Picks
have to
up
spend
again,
because
yeah.
it's an occasion
Yeah,
for people to spend
definitely.
and people to celebrate. So normally around this time, downtime, then we go into fasting. When people start fasting,
Right.
that's also a challenge because
There's
people
someone
cut
who
back.
was complaining, not complaining or something, but they were asking because last year
Mm.
the Christian Lent and Muslim Ramadan, they were coinciding and happening at the same time.
Mm.
But this person is like, but why is the restaurant full? Like I entered this restaurant thinking guys are fasting, let me fall in. Restaurants are full. Apparently bars are full. She's like, what what's not happening? That's why I'm surprised to hear that there is a downtime for consumption
Yeah,
when it comes to
definitely. I think
Ugandans.
culturally, not even culturally, but I'll say this: the Muslim community. Okay, let me try to use some figures. Let's say 45% in a pool, the Muslim community will have bank.
Right.
So this Muslim dude probably wants to hang out with his friends, but doesn't want to drink.
Okay.
Do you get? He or she just wants to be out, enjoy the vibes,
Yeah.
but doesn't want to drink. So they'll just pay for their friends, watch their friends drink and have fun. They'll just have fun, go home.
Okay.
That's it. But most of the times, these people take fasting very seriously,
True.
both Muslim and Christian. I do fast as well during this period, and I actually don't take beer or alcohol during this period.
Right.
I just use that time to refresh my body, to just get my brain in another mindset and focus on achieving something. If I can fast from alcohol and what the niceties that I like, then that means that I can actually get through anything from a mindset perspective.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's an
So yo, what's
interesting way
good?
of
So tell me,
looking at it.
what's cooking for you this year, man? Enough about me, my alcohol business and everything.
Well, at the beginning of the year, I didn't necessarily write resolutions. However, I got into this thing where people are talking about their ins and outs of the year, where we're leaving stuff in 2023 and we're moving forward with other, stuff. So I have my little list here of
Yeah.
ins and outs.
Okay.
I'm not going to say the entire list. I'm just going to pick out a few things, and then I'm also curious to hear what your ins and outs would be.
Okay.
So, one of my ins for 2024 is making grown women bill paying money. That's on that.
What about that? Talk to me about that.
For the longest time, I've been doing things just for the passion of it. And if someone is like, I don't know, if someone is paying me, they're paying me. If they're not, I'm not going to press you or whatnot. Even like negotiating, I'm categorically bad at it. But then knowing that, I was staying rent free, bill free, whatever free, there was no pressure for me to accept a very low kind of deal. But then things changed and I have to step up to the plate and pay my bills. Okay? And so
Yeah.
when I'm calling you and telling you, hey, this is the fee, please pay, and I'm sending you the invoice, know that it's part of 2024. Another thing I that is in this year is walking 5K steps a day. 5,000 steps a day. I have a step counter on my phone, and I try as much as possible to walk 5,000 steps, maybe 6,000, because sometimes like the phone will count, unnecessary jumps. But walking that much, I feel like it's really good, especially if you have like high cortisol. It's a great way for your body to get fit without like if you put too much pressure on a high cortisol body, it's most likely going to retain, a lot of the unnecessary weight. But low intensity stuff, walking, swimming once in a while, those are really good for that. Another thing, What's in? More community. Community is in.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that's in, journaling. Another thing that's in, we're having contracts, okay? For gigs, contracts, you're going to sign on the dotted line. We're no longer going to be like, okay, verbal. I understand you, you understand me. No, babe, sign here. It is applicable
Yeah,
and
I
legally,
feel that.
you know?
And you people thought I could speak English. Welcome to the English masterclass. Yeah.
So, yeah,
Uh-huh.
those are my ins. A few of my outs.
Mm.
Isolation meaning safety. I isolate a lot when I feel unsafe. So whether it's in whatever situation, physically, socially, emotionally, when I feel unsafe, I'm like, I need to go into my space because I know my space is safe, and that's just not it. Community is in this year. Okay, Pooh?
Right.
Next, that's out. Posting on Instagram, I don't know. It's just out. It's out. It's too much. It has to be a production these days. It doesn't feel as cool and like as flawless as it used to be in like 2014.
Yeah.
Like I would like just post whatever I had on me, and now I'm overthinking it, and I want a photographer, and I want a water. Bruh, it's out. Let's just leave it out. Next is not touching grass. That's out. Okay. So staying in with the whole weekend, I'm in, I'm doing nothing. I'm just on my phone scrolling. No, we're touching grass this year. Okay. We are sad. Okay. Okay. So yeah, those are my ins and outs. I'm curious to hear some of yours.
Makes perfect sense. Mine are more around mindset growth, self-awareness, and of course just growing oneself brand-wise. Personally, I think I posted this on my Twitter feed I think a while back. I said this year I'm taking my spiritual relationship with God very, very seriously.
That's
I have
amazing.
not been the best, with my relationship with God. God has gotten me to very many places. I've been through many challenges. I've been through the depths of the earth. For some reason, I'm still here, and I thank God for that. And I really do want to take my relationship with God very, very seriously this year. Number two, my family. Family needs to be as secure as possible. They're the ones that keep me grounded at the end of the day. If they're not happy or if they're not sorted, I don't go to work well. I don't go to work feeling great. Family just needs to be as comfortable as possible. Number three, just I just want to have a good year with my employer. I really do need to put in the time and just give my employer back in terms of what they also return back to me from a value perspective. I was just doing my 9 to 5
Nice.
diligently with those valuable connections from my employer. Number four is definitely, and this one I'll be very deliberate with. We are taking Maverick UG to spaces that have never been before. We are definitely launching our 3-step plan. We're definitely launching our consultancy space online. We're going to do this in a very deliberate way. Baby Nono is going to be in charge of quite a bit. I'm hoping I can have the money to employ her. She's going to work pro bono, but it's going to be great. I'm definitely looking to hire a team. For now, I'll work with freelancers. I have a portfolio of freelancers. So if I definitely reach out to you, then just know you're one of my freelancers. That's going to really help me build this Maverick UG team, this Maverick UG thing. We are growing community, as you said. We are growing a community of the Maverick UG. If you want to check into our community, just click I'm a Maverick in the link in the comments. Then I will add you to our mailing list. And we already launched a weekly newsletter. So I will be checking out a new space every week, a new restaurant, a new bar, and just give my review about the place and just share insights on business, podcasting insights as well. So yeah, that's Maverick UG. I'm going to maintain my circle. I'm not going to grow my circle any bigger.
No new friends.
No new friends, yeah. I believe sometimes a bigger circle can just make you lose focus in terms of where you're going. I'll maintain my circle of friends. keep it as small as possible. My circle of connections otherwise is definitely growing, but my inner circle are people that I reach out to, and they're just people that I will talk to, people I've grown up with, people I've come with from afar back, even through the basketball community. They know themselves. The family has to stay small. Yeah, I'll be taking a lot of vitamin N. Can you guess what vitamin N is?
For no.
Yeah, a lot of vitamin N for me this year. For some reason, whenever you keep saying yes, people just take that for granted, and they'll just find
True
a way
that.
of just throwing you off just because you're saying yes. Personally, vitamin N is going to be big for me, and then celebrating the small wins is going to be another one. Personally, even just us having this New Year's opening podcast is a win for me, and we have to celebrate that. Just to celebrate every win we make in life. Life is short. Celebrating life every day, everywhere is very, very key. Those are my ins
Yeah.
for
And
2024.
on that last point, I think it's really important because sometimes you want to measure things by like these big milestones, or I did this, or this big number, or this. But then many times, in fact, someone had to put that into perspective for me.
Yeah.
Because by the time I had finished 2023, I thought, man, I'm not where I thought I would be. You know, I took this entire year off in 2022 and I'm back, and I thought I was going to be like unpause, like an unpause button and just continue from where I was. And yet I had to like build up to stuff. And so with the building, I did not see that I was doing anything. I felt like I was just like, whatever, like barely there. And like a friend put it into perspective. They're like, babe, you wanted to do this. You did that. You wanted to do that. You did that. You did these things. And just because they're not at the scale at which you think they should be, doesn't mean they should be undercut. Like, they're really important. So it is important to recognize and celebrate the small wins.
Yeah. And on that note, if you're still watching, just if you really want to join the Maverick community, just click what was the word again? I'm a Maverick?
Yeah, I'm a Maverick.
Just write in the comments, I'm a Maverick. We'll definitely reach out to you and just get your details. And then we'll capture you in our emailing list. So what's on the horizon for you this 2024?
I mean, there's quite a lot. I want to focus on writing though. Like I really enjoy writing, and I have been told once or twice that I'm a good writer. So I want to focus on that a little bit more this year. But aside from that, my options are open. I've had people in my phone reaching for me. Even Maverick is here reaching for me. And to all of them, I'm just like, may the best deal win.
Client win.
May the best client win. I'm not pressing anybody. I'm just gonna tell you what I need, and if you can do that,
The better.
just work together.
All right.
But yeah, that's what's ahead for me. I'm excited to see what Maverick becomes, though. Like, this is a great thing that you've built, and I'm really proud of you. And like the gear, the kit, everything. Like, I used to be a content creator like some time back, and like, bro, my gear has never been this litty. What do you mean?
I have a friend that I've been working with. She's my number one importer. She's called Rebecca Namugambe. She's been when I came up with when I started building Maverick as a brand, I just wanted to build the marketing side of it, and I wanted to find a way of putting myself in front of the camera. Putting myself in front of the camera is something that I was not new to, but I was shy about. However, Rebecca just helped me gather quite a bit of the gear that I needed at with great quality, affordable prices. I'll also link her down there in case you need to reach out to her. Most of my Maverick gear, Becky's on helped me import. But then when I came up with this whole thing, it was because I looked at it from two ways. The marketing is just going to help people, it's just going to draw people to me. And then on the inside is where I will end up, bringing my magic to them. Okay? Yeah. So for this year, man, it's all about intention. We are going to be intentional about our time. I will not have time for nonsense. I will not have, if I make time for this, it's time for this. If I make time for that, it's time for that. If I make time for basketball, it's time for basketball. But with Maverick UG, I'm going to be very intentional about it 3.5 hours per day dedicated to this baby of mine.
Damn.
And once and it's going to be by end of January, we should have a launch on socials, on all links. And yeah, we're also looking to host our first sales webinar, our first sales conference. Not a sales conference as per se, but just more like a consulting space where we can all meet with like-minded people, just compare notes, learn from each other, gain the value from each other, and make our business aspects as best as they can be.
That's exciting.
In a few words, just wrap it up.
It's very exciting.
Definitely.
Yeah. I don't know too.
From the media world, I think here's what I'm gonna give you, baby Nono. I want you to build your personal brand as my sister. I've watched you grow up from diapers. We've played together. We've jumped. We've fought. But right now, where we are is more of like, how do I become more valuable as a brother to you? And I want you to grow your personal brand with intent. Don't even just say that I want to be a writer. Oh man, okay. You have to be intentional about what you're doing.
Yeah.
Create your link tree. Push all your content to drive people towards what you're actually doing. You have me to leverage on as a valuable friend and brother. I will do anything for you for free because I want to see you win. Don't hold yourself back. Just do it. Because at the end of the day, you will make mistakes, just like I have been making mistakes with this content thing. I've learned from those mistakes. Every day I learn something new. You're not the best editor, but you are a good editor. Just do it. Go in there, throw more stories out there. Just make purposeful content around what you're trying to educate, around the value you're trying to bring into the market. Before you know it, man, you're bankable. Trust me.
Like I said, I'm excited about the possibilities, and after going through the hurdles that we went through in 2022, I think I'll link my essay that I wrote about that experience. Yeah. It was crazy, and I cannot start to explain it now. Yeah. But I'll have it I'll make sure he has it in the comments. But after all that, I feel like it is imperative to do something with intention and move into like a more grounded space. I think we'll talk more about this after this episode. Yeah. But yeah, I'm really excited for what this year can bring and what I can do this year, because I'm really pumped. The creative juices, they are flowing. Like, we are ready. Okay? You're going to see a photo shoot featuring him. Yeah. Creative directed by moi, with the best of the... the pictures will speak for themselves. We
are Maverick UG, man. Keep it locked. It's been Kim, baby Nono. Peace.